Hi beginners, it's Mr. Mo. Today we're going to be working on our C major scale. So one thing to remember, we're going to start with our first octave. So this is starting on your low C down here. And one thing you always want to remember this is you don't want to clench the reed shut anytime you're playing down this low. You want to get your air through the reed and allow the reed to actually take the air that you're putting into it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the metronome at 68 and we're going to review slowly just the first octave of your C scale. So pause here if you need to review any of your notes. Second. Okay. And 1, 2, breathe. Great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to review the second octave of your C major scale. So a couple of things to review with this is be sure that we're getting our vint or whisper keys, so down here in the back. Make sure we have all of this. And then make sure on G we're getting our resonance key. Because you know I'm going to know if you don't have it on. Okay, so let's review the second octave. Again, the same tempo. So pause right here if you need to review your fingerings and just be sure that you have everything down before we practice. All right. And 1, 2, 3. So before we go in adding the octaves together, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what if the upper notes are really, really flat and what if they just don't sound quite right. First of all, check your fingerings. Secondly, check that as you go up that you're lifting the back of your tongue up, that you're forming your corners, and that you're blowing with faster air speed as you travel up the continuous amount of the way. All right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing, but we're now going to do 2 octaves, and we're going to be doing it the same slower tempo just to review. So pause here if you need to check for anything, pause for anything if you think about anything. One, two, ready. Good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to play it a couple of times faster speed all the way up to 80 as you're working on it, all right? So let's go up 4 clicks. So this is now 72, and we're going to play both the octaves together. So pause right here if you need to think about anything. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move our metronome up to 76. And we're going to do the same thing. So pause here if you need to think about anything. One, two, ready. finally, we're going to go all the way up to 80. So pause here if you need to think about anything. 1, 2, breathe. Now, last piece of advice I'll give you, and some of you have had this in your lessons, is if you find it's hard to get down to your low octave after you've traveled all the way up, breathe the half note right before your final octave going down. This gives a chance for your armature to actually open back up before you put it back on the reed, and a lot of times will make it much easier to play. You'll notice Mr. Mo did that as he was getting faster, and it really helped my low register come out. Hope that helps.